All right, let's talk about a game that was way more than just a win. It was a full-on statement, a performance so dominant, it literally made history. We're going to break down the anatomy of this blowout, how the #1 team in the country, the Arizona Wildcats, took Oklahoma State completely apart.
You hear that? That's the sound of the broadcast right at the beginning. You could just feel the electricity in the air. This wasn't just some regular Saturday game. No way. You've got the #1 team, they haven't lost at home, and they're on the verge of doing something historic in their conference. The stage was absolutely set.
And the stakes couldn't have been higher. So on one side, you have the Arizona Wildcats, the undisputed top dog, perfect at home. And on the other side, you've got Oklahoma State, a classic bubble team, right on the edge of making the NCAA tournament, one of the first 4 outs. They were desperate, basically fighting for their season. A real David versus Goliath situation, you know? So how in the world did Goliath not just win, but win in such a crushing fashion? Well, it all started on the inside. Arizona's whole game plan was built from the inside out. And they just established a physical dominance that Oklahoma State had absolutely no answer for. And right in the middle of all that was their center, Tobe Awaka. I mean, the commentator said it all, and you can almost hear them just shaking their heads. Awaka is a grown man. That one line tells you everything you need to know about the mismatch in the paint. It's not just praise, it's a surrender. And here's the thing, this wasn't a fluke. This is just who Arizona is. They average 45 points in the paint every single game. 45! That's the second best in the entire country. Their strategy couldn't be clearer. We are gonna pound you down low, again and again and again. And Awaka's impact was so much more than just scoring. He was a complete force of nature down there. He's cleaning up misses for easy second chance points, he's blocking shots, he's grabbing every important rebound, and he's getting the other team's bigs in foul trouble. He totally controlled the flow of the game, and he didn't even have to be the top scorer to do it.
So when you own the paint like that, it has this massive ripple effect. All that power on the inside completely unlocked Arizona's other huge weapon, their unbelievably deadly fast break. The broadcast team just nailed it right here. When you're getting blocks and rebounds, you can ignite your transition offense. And Arizona isn't just good at this, they're one of the absolute best. And against Oklahoma State, man, they put on a masterclass. You know, what looks like just total chaos and speed is actually a system. It's this simple, repeatable, and devastating process. Step 1, force a bad shot. Step 2, grab the rebound. Step 3, hit that outlet pass to a guard who's already taking off. And step 4, easy bucket. So simple, but so hard to stop. And the engine for that fast break, a lot of the time, it was the freshman Braden Burries. He was described as a blurry transition. And honestly, that's the perfect way to put it. The guy is just a blur. He can take a rebound on one end and turn it into a layup on the other in like 4 or 5 seconds. If you blink, you'll miss it. Now, every single blowout has that one moment, that tipping point where the game goes from competitive to, well, over. For Arizona, that moment was an absolutely overwhelming, soul-crushing run that just decided the entire thing. So what did that turning point actually look like? What does a game-breaking run look like on a stat sheet? Well, let's just say the numbers are pretty staggering. Okay, first, let's talk defense. For 6 full minutes of game time, Oklahoma State did not score. Not a single point. 6 minutes. It was like Arizona built a brick wall in front of the basket, and the Cowboys just kept running right into it. A complete shutdown. And while the defense was putting up that wall, the offense just exploded. The result of that? A 36-9 run. Let that sink in for a second. 36-9. That's not a run, that's an avalanche. Game over. There was no coming back from that. So we've talked about the scoring and the fast breaks, but the real engine room for this whole thing, the true source of all that dominance, was Arizona's absolutely relentless, suffocating defense. This quote from the broadcast just sums up their entire identity perfectly. It's not just one thing they do. They get in your face, they make you play faster than you want to, they mess up all your plays, and they just limit everything you're trying to accomplish. And this wasn't just about X's and O's, it was pure effort. You had your point guard, Kylan Boswell, blocking shots like a center. You had Jaden Bradley flying around getting steals. And here's the craziest part. They were still playing that hard when they were up by 33 points. That's not just skill, my friends, that is a championship mentality. So what does all this add up to? Well, this wasn't just another W on the schedule. This was a message sent loud and clear to the rest of the country, and it was a performance that got etched into the Big 12 record books. The final margin of victory, 37 points. That tied the largest lead in any Big 12 game for the entire season. And to do that to a desperate major conference opponent, that's just utter historical domination. From start to finish, it was a total masterclass. A perfect mix of power on the inside, speed in transition, and a defense that just would not let up. Which leaves us with one big final question. Is this the formula? Is this level of complete two-way dominance what it takes to win a national championship? Well, only time is going to tell.